Hi, my friends. This is Shakti coming live at you. I was taking a shower, or actually taking a bath in my bathtub, just soaking in. And then I realized that I completely missed sharing a good news with you all. So I will be sharing that today on day 61 of the 365-day challenge. Time is just flying by. So I want to take you on a journey. There's a story behind this. This is about probably 3 or 4 years ago. And at that point, I was really actively recording podcast episode. I really loved podcasting, and I'm thinking about getting back in the swing of things. But I was just inspired to record a podcast on the divine feminine. And as I was recording that podcast, all of a sudden I realized, so the way I record podcasts is not from a mental perspective, a chat GPT approach, something that kind of, looks more structured. The way I even like the classes I teach, the way I love teaching is I actually open this like blank journal, and then I ask, what does the divine want me to put out in the world? What is really the inspiration I'm meant to bring forward? So I was, putting together my notes for this podcast episode on the divine feminine, and I recorded that. And all of a sudden, while recording it, it hit me. It was not just one podcast episode, it was actually 3 underneath it. So we had divine feminine, and then I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm highly intuitive, quite sensitive soul, very intuitive. I have been learning, practicing for last 11 experience of awakening, where there's something within me. I accessed my inner voice that day that told me, to stay committed to really hearing my inner voice and anchoring on what is my truth, who am I, and what is my truth. So all of a sudden, I had this next episode come through me, which was the intuitive feminine. And then I was recording this, and somewhere in that process, another inspiration came to me, the creative feminine. And that is really owning the power of your womb, your feminine power, and creating what is it that you want to create. And as I was going through that, there was another inspiration came around magnetic feminine. And that is just the one that owns the heart in her queen essence and calls the shots of her life. She receives all that she wants to receive. So I had this like, how to activate your divine feminine, and underneath that, these sub episodes, intuitive, creative, magnetic feminine. And I was like, okay, this is really cool. Number one, I created a series without really thinking about it or even having that initial intention. But how cool it is actually for people, my audience, to listen to these deep wisdom that's coming forward. So that was really cool. But what happened after that, I was being inspired to create a program on that. And that program had some kind of missing information. It didn't really launch. Then I tried to launch that whole thing again. And don't get me wrong, this is not a very mental thought out whole process. I thought I had a program on my hand, and I tried launching it. And then somehow during the launch process, I am now being guided during the launch process, right? Emails are going out, and I'm guided that, Shakti, this is not the program that you're trying to launch. It's a separate program. So mid-launch, I have already announced my program, and mid-launch, I had to actually change the name of the program and call it Soul Biz Leadership, which is another one of my signature programs. It supports business women to create a six-figure business. It's amazing program, really powerful in helping you really put the pieces together in creating a six-figure business. Really important skill for transformational leaders, women who are wanting to create a business from their wisdom. All right, so check this out. So I'm about to launch this program, Wild Feminine Leadership. I am being asked to change the name to something else, Soul Biz Leadership. And I ran with that. And then I completely forgot about it. Like, okay, big deal. Maybe my intuition wasn't really picking in that moment what I really needed to put out. And then guess what? It came back again. It really came back again. So you probably heard me for the last few months talking about how I'm growing and moving through such deep growth and all kinds of identity shifts. I mean, the energy is wild out there, right? Even today as we speak. But I have been growing and growing and growing. And every time I'm connecting within my body, within my womb, within my own inspiration and intuition, I am being brought back. I was being brought back to the same program, Wild Feminine Leadership. And last week, today's Sunday, so last week, I actually launched Wild Feminine Leadership. And this is so crazy. I had this feminine leadership immersion where we were going through a lot of, your leadership codes, especially suited to women's body, because this world is not always structured to really honor feminine wisdom. So as I was going through this, I mean, that was a little bit thought out, where I actually did end up launching Wild Feminine Leadership. And Wild Feminine Leadership is because so many women out there, including myself, who try to do business the men's way and the masculine way and the hustle way and the overgiving way, and trying to chase things down way and make things happen the way. And guess what? Those ways do not work. And they actually create such a big level of disconnect within our bodies, where we end up trying to create something, but it doesn't really honor you, and which is one of the biggest reasons why your body shuts down and doesn't let you make money, the kind of money you deserve to really receive in your life. Because, I mean, and I know you're fucking brilliant. You have the knowledge, you have the experience, you have so much to offer, and there's no reason why your work doesn't sell. So the announcement I want to share is that this birth actually did happen. And then, silly me, I didn't even realize. I didn't announce it to you all. I didn't share the celebration with you all. And as I was taking a bath today, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to hop on my live video and share it with my people, my homies here. And it's just fun celebrating, these births, because these births are not just like a mundane thing. Oh my gosh, okay, I have a program I launched, but this comes from the deepest place within us. So I want to celebrate this with you, and I want to also witness you. If you're celebrating a birth of a program or a body of knowledge coming through you, please share in the comments. Let me know, what are you creating in your world for your community, so that, we can celebrate this event together. So I want to just put this invitation out there. Wild Feminine Leadership is bringing forward a whole new paradigm of women holding way more power, way more visibility, creating way more impact, and really commanding wealth like it's nobody's business. And a lot of times we really get very mysteriously sabotaged by our own self, where it is sometimes the body, the mind, the emotions. We're gonna actually demystify all of that, and we're going to really, I'm ready to hold space for all of this stuff that gets in your way to be dissolved, and so that you come back in your flow. There's spectacular curriculum put together. There's a monthly rhythm I have put together, and I can't wait to share more. If you are interested, if this piques your interest, please drop me a DM or put a comment below, drop an emoji so I know you are interested, so I can send you more details. But I'm so excited. You're gonna hear me talk more about Wild Feminine Leadership this whole month and more. This is going to be one of my core ways actually to work with me, because in this space you will have a lot of like community connection with people, like-minded people who are moving through growth just as you are, but you also have a lot of feedback and space holding, hot seat coaching with me, and I know how to create and build businesses inside out, and I feel like all of that space holding can really come in handy as you take steps to create your own business. But yeah, I'm super excited. While feminine leadership is not something that, again, I thought very mentally about. I actually live in the forest. I don't know if you know this about me. I know I've been talking about this on and off. I live in Tahoe National Forest, and there is just forest everywhere, and you look out and everywhere, wherever your eyes go, and mountains and creeks and rivers. So there's that wildness that comes with me in this space. But wildness is also sovereignty. You know, I love wildness. I love wildness. Wildness is sovereignty. It's your permission slip to be out of box, your permission slip to do life your way, your permission slip to speak all that you want to express, your permission slip to show up in your leadership exactly how you are designed to show up. So I am just stoked about this, and we're going to be starting this container, this program, from March 20th, which is the spring equinox, and I'm going to be hosting and facilitating a beautiful ceremony to put together your intentions. We're marking this as our new year. This is the time where the new year takes place actually in India as well. So just bringing that essence, well, you know, with the change of season, it kind of aligns more, at least for me, that we're starting a new chapter. And this could be a really good vehicle for you to get into it, because I know when you commit to doing the work, when you commit to showing up, you're unstoppable. And this is the place where all that stuckness, doubt, questioning, hiding, wealth, you know, resistance to receiving money, all the invisible wealth, you know, income ceilings, the disruptions in money flow, the feast and famine cycles, all that, you know, hesitation about what's the right thing to say, should I say this, all of that gets dissolved, and not only you get to do this work. Did you hear my throat? Not only you get to do this work, but with every level in the business, there are new ceilings, new limits that show up, and I will be doing this work with you while holding the space. It's gonna be spectacular, and you'll be held and so supported with, not only by me, but also all the other women who will be joining you on this journey. I am super, super, super excited. And again, if this sings to you, please ask me questions, clarify. I hope you don't sit on this invitation and really, you know, commit to it, so that you keep growing and letting this be the vehicle to help you get to the levels that you want to go in your visibility, your leadership, and also your income, because I know you're here to make an impact. I know you are bringing forward a new change, a new era, a new paradigm shift for our planet, and I cannot wait to hold space for that. Have a wonderful rest of your night. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.